Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. I want to begin by asking you one simple yet powerful question. Who holds the pen to the story of your life? The answer, my friends, is you. You see, life doesn't hand out guarantees or roadmaps. It doesn't promise us success, joy, or ease. What life does offer, though, is a choice. The choice to step up, take control, and say, "It's on me." Now, I know this isn't always easy. We all face challenges. Some of you might be battling self-doubt. Others might feel stuck in circumstances beyond your control. But let me tell you this, no matter what you're up against, your future is not dictated by your past or by your current situation. It is shaped by the choices you make right now. Let me break it down. First, take responsibility. The moment you stop pointing fingers at circumstances, at people, or at bad luck, is the moment you step into your power. Blaming others may feel easier in the moment, but it's a prison of excuses. Accountability? That's freedom. Second, remember that every small action you take is a brick in the foundation of your future. You don't have to build the whole house today, but you do have to lay that first brick. Dreams don't work unless you do. Third, embrace failure as part of the process. Failure is not the end. It's the lesson. It's proof that you're in the game, learning, growing, and becoming better. So when you fall, don't stay down. Get up, dust yourself off, and say, "This is on me, and I'm moving forward." When you decide to take full ownership of your life, something incredible happens. You unlock a strength within yourself that you never knew existed. You stop waiting for permission. You stop seeking validation, and you start living boldly, authentically, and unapologetically. The power to change, to grow, to thrive, it's not in someone else's hands. It's not in the stars. It's not in luck. It's in you. So today, I challenge you to own it. Own your decisions, your dreams, your challenges, and your victories. Because at the end of the day, when you stand in front of the mirror, the one question you'll need to answer is this: did I take charge of my story? And if you can say, yes, it's on me, then, my friends, you are unstoppable. As we delve deeper into the foundation of this idea, let's focus on the transformative power of personal accountability. When I say it's on you, what I truly mean is that your life, your decisions, and your outcomes are not dictated by external forces. They are driven by how much responsibility you take for your actions and your path. Taking ownership of your life is not just a concept, it's a mindset. It's about realizing that no matter the circumstances you were born into, the challenges you face, or the setbacks you encounter, you still have the power to shape your destiny. Think about it. Every step you take, every choice you make, and every decision you avoid making is a reflection of the responsibility you are or aren't willing to take. Let me tell you something that may be difficult to hear. Blaming others is easy, but it's also the surest way to surrender your power. When you say, "I can't succeed because of this person," or "I didn't do well because of that situation," what you're really doing is handing over the pen that writes your story. You're letting someone or something else dictate the direction of your life. But imagine for a moment what it would feel like to reclaim that power, to stop saying, "This happened to me," and instead say, "This is how I'll respond." That shift changes everything. Responsibility isn't a burden, it's a privilege. It means you're the driver of your own journey, not a passenger hoping for a smoother ride. Taking personal accountability requires courage because it forces us to look inward. It's uncomfortable to admit that we might have contributed to our own challenges. It's painful to confront the choices we made that didn't serve us. But here's the thing. Until we face those truths, we cannot move forward. Growth happens when you stop running from responsibility and start embracing it. Now, some of you might be thinking, but what about the things beyond my control? And yes, there will always be factors outside your influence, things like unexpected hardships, unfair treatment, or circumstances that you didn't choose. But even in those moments, you have a choice. You may not control what happens to you, but you absolutely control how you respond to it. Consider this. Two people can face the same challenge, but their responses can lead to vastly different outcomes. One might dwell in frustration, blaming others or lamenting their bad luck, while the other asks, "What can I do to rise above this?" It's the second person who grows, who learns. When you take ownership, you free yourself from the chains of victimhood. You stop waiting for someone else to fix things for you. You stop hoping that life will suddenly become fair. Instead, you take action. You say, "I'm going to improve my skills. I'm going to work harder. I'm going to seek out opportunities. And I'm going to keep moving forward, no matter how many times I fall." Personal accountability also means being honest with yourself. Are you putting in the effort required to achieve your goals? Or are you hoping for success without the necessary work? Are you making excuses for why you can't start, or are you taking even the smallest steps toward progress? Responsibility is not about perfection, it's about commitment. It's about being willing to acknowledge where you are and actively striving to get where you want to be. This mindset applies not just to your personal goals, but to your relationships, your career, and even your impact on the world. If you want stronger relationships, ask yourself, what am I doing to nurture them? If you want professional growth, ask, what skills am I developing and how am I showing up every day? If you want to see positive change in your community, ask, what role can I play in making that happen? Owning your life is not about carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's about recognizing that you are not powerless. It's about understanding that you hold the keys to your own growth and happiness. And when you fully embrace that truth, you unlock a version of yourself that is resilient, empowered, and unstoppable. Remember, every single day is an opportunity to take responsibility for your life. It's on you, not as a burden, but as a gift. So the next time you're faced with a choice, a challenge, or even a failure, remind yourself of this. I have the power to respond, to grow, and to rise. And I will. Every single day we are presented with countless choices. Some seem small, like deciding what to eat or wear, while others carry the weight of defining our future. Yet, no matter how trivial or monumental these choices may appear, they all share one common thread. They hold the power to shape the course of our lives. When I say it's on you, I mean that your choices are your power, and through them you can build the life you envision. Choice is empowerment. It's the realization that no matter where you start, no matter what challenges stand in your way, you can still choose the direction you want to take. This empowerment doesn't come from external circumstances, it comes from within. It's a belief in your ability to take control of your decisions, your actions, and your outcomes. Think for a moment about the choices you've made in the past. Some were good, and some perhaps you'd rather forget. But even in those less than perfect moments, there was something to be learned. The beauty of choice is that it's not static. You're not confined to the decisions you made yesterday. Each day you have the opportunity to choose differently, to choose better, to align your actions with the person you want to become. And here's the truth. Your future is a reflection of the choices you make, consistently over time. It's not about making one grand decision that changes everything. It's about the accumulation of small, seemingly insignificant choices that compound and define your path. Choosing to wake up early to work on a skill, choosing to prioritize your health, choosing to forgive rather than hold on to resentment. These decisions, though they may not seem groundbreaking in the moment, create the foundation for your success, happiness, and growth. Of course, choice isn't always easy. Sometimes the path forward feels unclear. Sometimes the choices we face are uncomfortable, requiring us to step out of our comfort zones or sacrifice short-term ease for long-term rewards. But it's in those moments of difficulty that your power truly shines. When you choose to face fear, to embrace discomfort, and to prioritize growth over convenience, you're taking control of your narrative. You're saying, this is my life, and I'm going to shape it with intention. Let me pause here and acknowledge something important. There are times when life hands us circumstances that we didn't choose, a loss, a setback, an injustice. These moments can feel overwhelming, even paralyzing. But even then, you have a choice. You can choose to let those moments define you, or you can choose to rise above them. You can decide to find strength in your struggle, to seek lessons in your pain, and to transform adversity into an opportunity for growth. This empowerment through choice extends beyond your personal life. It's about how you show up in the world, how you interact with others, and how you contribute to the collective good. You have the power to choose kindness over criticism, understanding over judgment, and action over apathy. Each choice you make, no matter how small, creates a ripple effect. Your decisions influence not just your life, but also the lives of those around you. I want you to realize that even when the world feels chaotic, even when circumstances seem beyond your control, your choices are the constant. You might not control the hand you're dealt, but you always control how you play it. You can choose to dwell on what's missing or focus on what's possible. You can choose to be bitter or to be better. And every time you choose wisely, you're not just reacting to life, you're creating it. This is the beauty and the challenge of choice. It demands effort, awareness, and intentionality. But the reward is immeasurable. With every choice you make, you're shaping a life that reflects your values, your dreams, and your potential. You're creating a future where you're not merely surviving, but thriving. So the next time you're faced with a decision, big or small, take a moment to pause. Ask yourself, does this choice align with the person I want to become? Does this move me closer to my goals, or does it hold me back? And when the answer is clear, take action, because the power to build the life you want is already in your hands. It's on you, and you are more than capable. Life, as we all know, is not a straight line. It's a series of highs and lows, victories and setbacks, moments of joy and times of deep challenge. And if there's one universal truth, it's this: everyone faces obstacles. No one's journey is without bumps, hurdles, or even seemingly insurmountable walls. But here's the thing: those challenges don't define you. What defines you is how you choose to face them, overcome them. Let me begin with this. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is a part of success. Yet many of us are conditioned to fear failure, to view it as an endpoint, a sign that we aren't good enough or capable enough. But the reality is quite the opposite. Every failure you encounter, they achieved greatness because they embraced it, learned from it, and kept going despite it. When you encounter a setback, it can feel overwhelming, even personal. It's easy to think, why me? Why now? Why is this happening? But instead of asking why, ask yourself, what can I learn? How can I grow from this? Challenges, as painful as they may be, are often life's greatest teachers. They push us to think differently, to innovate, to build resilience, and to discover strengths we didn't even know we had. There's a simple yet profound truth about challenges. They are inevitable. You cannot live a meaningful, purposeful life without encountering obstacles along the way. But here's the good news. You are stronger than you think. You have within you the ability to face whatever life throws your way. The question is not whether you will face challenges, but how you will respond when they come. You have a choice. When you're confronted with adversity, you can let it stop you, define you, or even break you, or you can let it shape you, teach you, and make you stronger. You can look at a closed door and decide that it's the end, or you can choose to knock again, find another door, or build your own. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship. It's about how you bounce back, how you adapt, and how you keep moving forward, no matter how many times life knocks you down. There's something truly empowering about realizing that you don't have to be perfect to succeed. Too often, we let the fear of failure stop us before we even begin. We tell ourselves, what if I try and it doesn't work? But the real question should be, what if I don't try at all? Failure isn't the worst thing that can happen. In fact, failing to try, failing to step out of your comfort zone is far worse because it robs you of the chance to grow, to learn, and to achieve something incredible. When you shift your mindset about challenges, you begin to see them not as barriers, but as opportunities. Each challenge is an invitation to grow. It's a test of your determination, creativity, and resilience. It's a chance to prove to yourself, not anyone else, that you are capable of more than you imagined. And when you overcome that challenge, no matter how small or large, you gain something invaluable. Confidence. You prove to yourself that you are not defined by your circumstances, but by your actions. Let me also say this. You don't have to face challenges alone. There's strength in asking for help, in leaning on others, and in building a support system that lifts you up when times get tough. Resilience doesn't mean doing it all by yourself. It means finding the courage to keep going, even if that means reaching out for support along the way. Every setback you encounter is temporary. It may feel permanent in the moment, but it's not. Time moves forward, and so can you. Challenges are not the end of the road. They are a part of the journey, and sometimes the path to your greatest achievements winds through the very struggles you thought would hold you back. So, when you face your next challenge, and you will, remember this. It's not the challenge that defines you. It's how you rise to meet it. And every time you do, you're building a life that is stronger, richer, and more fulfilling than you ever imagined. It's on you, and you have what it takes to overcome anything that comes your way. When we talk about inspiring action, we're diving into one of the most critical aspects of personal and collective growth. It's one thing to dream, plan, or visualize what we want to achieve, but it's entirely another to take that first step toward making it happen. Action is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Without it, even the most extraordinary ideas remain just that, ideas. When I say it's on you, I mean that the power to act, to create change, and to make progress lies within you, and it's waiting to be unleashed. Too often we fall into the trap of waiting. We wait for the perfect moment, the ideal set of circumstances, or a sign that tells us it's time. But here's the truth. The perfect moment doesn't exist. Conditions will rarely feel ideal, and opportunities won't always announce themselves with fanfare. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't luck. It's the willingness to act even when the timing feels imperfect or the path ahead seems uncertain. Action doesn't have to be monumental. In fact, some of the most impactful changes in life begin with the smallest steps. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the big picture, thinking about all the things you need to do, all the hurdles you need to overcome, or all the skills you need to develop. But instead of focusing on the mountain, focus on the next step. Ask yourself, what can I do today, right now, to move closer to my goal? And then do it, because even the smallest step forward is still progress. One of the most common barriers to action is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, or even fear of success. But here's something to remember. Fear is a natural part of growth. It's a signal that you're stepping outside your comfort zone and into the unknown, which is exactly where growth happens. The key isn't to eliminate fear, it's to act in spite of it. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to move forward anyway. Action requires commitment. It's not about starting with a burst of enthusiasm and then fading away when things get tough. It's about showing up day after day, even when the progress feels slow, even when the results aren't immediate, and even when doubt starts to creep in. Real progress isn't made in a single leap. It's made through consistent, deliberate effort over time. But action isn't just about achieving personal goals. It's also about making a difference in the world around you. Every action you take has a ripple effect. When you choose to be kind, to help someone in need, or to stand up for what you believe in, you're creating change that extends far beyond yourself. You're showing others what's possible, and inspiring them to take action too. It's important to remember that action is often imperfect. There will be missteps, mistakes, and moments when things don't go as planned, but those moments are not failures. They're lessons. They're opportunities to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. If you wait for everything to be perfect before you start, you'll never begin. But if you're willing to act, learn from your experiences, and keep going, you'll find that progress is always within reach. Taking action also requires clarity. It's easy to get caught up in busy work or to confuse activity with productivity, but real action is purposeful. It's aligned with your values, your goals, and your vision for the future. Before you take that first step, ask yourself, is this action moving me closer to the person I want to be or the impact I want to make? When your actions align with your purpose, they become powerful. Let me leave you with this. Action is what transforms potential into reality. You may have incredible ideas, grand dreams, and untapped talent, but none of it will matter unless you're willing to act. The world doesn't need more people waiting for the right moment. It needs people who are ready to take the leap, to try, to fail, and to try again. So today, ask yourself, what is one action you can take to move closer to your goals? What is one step you can take to make a positive impact in your life or the lives of others? And then, do it. Because the power to act, to create change, and to shape your future is already in your hands. It's on you, and the world is waiting to see what you'll do next.